Allan and Carly, the podcast.
Here, breakfast. It's Allan and Carly with Robbie on this Friday morning, and we have a very special guest in the studio right now. WA's own Samantha Jade. Sammy, welcome to the show. Thanks for coming in.
Oh my gosh, thanks for having me, guys. It feels good to be home.
I know. Well, this is your home.
Yes.
And you are here for a very exciting reason, because today is the launch of your new EP, Love Sick Volume 2. Now, we got a little bit of a sample, which I'm going to play now because I am loving it.
Oh, thank you.
And Sammy, can I just say thank you so much, because I know that you're on TikTok and TikTok have been crying out for some pop music.
Oh
Yes.
my gosh, we love a pop chorus.
We
I
love
mean,
it.
I know. Do you know what? It's one of those songs as well, like as a writer, sometimes you hear songs and you're like, God, I wish I wrote that, you know?
Yeah.
And this is actually one of those songs where I listen to and I'm like, I'm really happy with that. No changes in my mind. Like, I really like it. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Hey,
nice to like your own song.
Thinking about TikTok as well, is that legit a consideration now? Like, if you're releasing a song, do you think if I did it like this, it could go viral?
Sometimes, I mean, I think it's not like the first thought, but then when you write, like when you're writing and then you come up with one part, you're like, oh, I feel like that'll be the TikTok part. You know, like, so it is.
yeah.
It's so weird. That's just become part of the world.
It is,
Yeah.
but it's also a fabulous way to get your music out, right?
Totally, yeah.
And you never know where it's going to land. Like at the
Yes.
moment, I've just seen that one of Dami Im's old singles
Yeah.
from years and years ago has just blown up in China via a
Wow.
TikTok dance.
Oh, that's awesome.
It's so great. Have you had that happen to you yet? Because you've got
Oh my
some
gosh.
great songs.
I actually have a funny story about this. So I was this was like New Year's Eve a few years ago, right? And I was in Noosa. And I get a call from my brother. By the way, my brothers never call me. I call them all the time.
So relatable.
I text them all the time. And then like randomly they'll be like, hey, Sam, like we're coming to Sydney. Like random things.
Yeah.
Anyway, I get this call from my brother and I'm like, oh my gosh, my brother's called me. I was having a massage. Then I get another message. Then I've got like 3 missed calls. I'm like, oh my God, something's happening in my family in Perth. I call my brother. He's like, oh my God, guess what? I was like, is everything okay? He goes, your song is doing really well on TikTok. I was like, wait, hang on, that's what you're calling. That's what you're calling me about. He goes, yeah. He goes, Sweet Talk, which was one of my songs from ages ago. There was some remix and it was called Tasty Carrots. Don't know why.
Of course.
I know that's so random. And I really like carrots, so weird. But yeah, it was like this weird, like viral thing, and everyone was doing these dances, and a few million people did it apparently. And I was
That's
like,
great.
what? I know. And then he was like, okay, see ya on New Year's Eve.
Catch you.
Yeah,
No,
that
Happy
was
New
it.
Year.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
love that.
I know, so funny.
Now, are we going to get a dance that comes along with some of these singles?
Absolutely, yes. We've got a really cute little dance because obviously I just did Dancing with the Stars.
Yeah.
And so after I did the show, I was like, I feel like I can actually learn the whole choreo now, because I used to learn the choreography and be like, just teach me 2 of the parts and then I'll sing for the rest of it.
Yeah.
And now I'm like, teach me the whole thing. So yes, we actually are going to put out a video next week of the dance.
Oh,
so that's
I
exciting.
love
That's
it.
cool.
Well, that's
Start
something
learning,
for,
Carly.
Yeah,
Yep, I'll
and
send
Robbie.
it to you. Yeah.
We're going to see maybe some breakdancing in there. That seems to be very popular at the moment.
Guys, I've got to say this. We have a breakdancing champion amongst us right now. My
Really?
dad was a break dancer in a group called Strike Force.
Wow.
Yeah, and they actually won was it the WA Championships, Dad, back in the day? Yeah.
Oh my, well, your dad's in shit.
Oh
Let's
my
bring your
God.
dad over here on the mic. He's
He'll hate
really
it. He'll hate
shy.
it. Come.
This is
Just
huge
come say-
because
so my
Carly sees
dad-
herself as a breakdancer as well.
Oh
so
my
this will be a
gosh.
big
Amateur.
conversation.
I didn't
My
realise that
dad, they were in a group called Strike Force, right?
Yes,
And my mum was their manager.
she was.
She was probably a nightmare to my dad. Kevin, do this, Kevin, do that. But when did you do your reunion?
For my wedding.
They did the reunion at the
Really?
wedding, and we have this joke in the family that one of my cousins actually never made the group because he just wasn't a good enough dancer. And then on the wedding, they're like, we'll give him a pass.
We'll let him
Try.
try.
Yeah.
And what was the results?
No.
Listen, he didn't join the group after that.
Oh. So can I ask, did you used to do them in like those classic old Perth venues like Pinocchio's and those sort of places? Is that where the comps were?
Yeah, it was all over the place, but the biggest one was at the Pagoda Ballroom at that particular time.
Right.
And it was for the whole of WA, and I think there was 16 groups, and we won it from that.
Yeah.
How good is that? WA champion in the mix.
Yeah.
Oh, God. And so have
That's
you
it.
ever been tempted to bring back a routine for one of Sammy's videos?
No. I'm a bit too old for that.
Would you
now.
ever let him, Sammy?
I would always let him. He's the best. Yeah, Dad.
Oh my God.
The real
I had
star
no
of the family.
idea. I know. Well, you really do come from a showbiz background.
There you go.
That's amazing. Oh my God. I can't believe you didn't follow in the family footsteps then.
Oh my gosh. It's such a family thing, right? Because I didn't really know until I was older. And then I remember watching my mum and dad's, like, I would make my dad put on the wedding video because I loved it so much. And I'm like, I remember being old enough to be like, hang on, is that you dancing? He's like, yeah, I was a champion.
How cool is that?
Very cool. Yep.
Wow.
Yeah.
And it did go through the family as well, because obviously you just did Dancing with the Stars.
Yes.
I saw bits of it, and I definitely saw some of your dances. My favourite was
Yeah.
the 60s one.
Oh,
You know when you do
yes,
the
that was
thing?
so
I love
fun.
that. Yeah.
Oh, thank you. That one was so fun, but also so hard. I mean, I just have to give it to dancers. They are, first of all, like, I just don't ever think they get enough credit.
Yeah.
What they do is so hard, and they're always like behind the singer, and it's never really about them. And I love being on a show that really highlights that art form, because it's such a beautiful art form and so difficult. So yeah, I loved it. It was really, really fun.
Oh, that's amazing. Now, I know you're only here for a short time. It's so great you've been able
Yes.
to bring your dad with you, though, this morning and hang out.
Oh, every time I'm in town, I'm like, Dad, he's like, tell me the promo. I'll get my RDO. Let's do it.
I love it. Now, where's your favourite place to holiday regionally when you are here, though? Because I know you do love to come home and come back to WA.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I love Mandurah. I know it's not that far, but my family all live there.
Yeah.
And growing up, we'd go there. Bustleton.
Oh,
I mean,
yes.
it's just, we have, and Margaret River. I mean,
Yep.
it's just so, especially Margaret River, I just feel like we went there recently, went 2 years ago, I think, for like a family holiday. And we were just like, I forgot how beautiful WA is. We're so
Yeah.
lucky. It's just the most beautiful state, the most generous state too, but so pretty. You forget
Yeah.
how pretty it is. It
Did you
really
do
is.
summer or winter? Because they both have different
It
elements of pretty.
Yeah, no, actually it was winter. It
Yeah.
was winter, but it was so nice. We were in our big coats, but it was like still so beautiful. We
Yeah.
sat at the beach, and
Yeah.
I just feel like I'm so proud to be a WA girl. It's a really beautiful part of Australia.
Now, I know you are now a married woman and you have
Yes.
kind of settled down over East, but would you
Yes.
ever, I know all your family's still here, you clearly
I
love
know.
WA, would
Yeah.
you ever make the move back?
Oh, never say never. I
Yeah.
mean, the thing is, I actually come back a lot, and
Yeah.
Perth is so far on the plane. It really
Yeah.
is.
Yeah.
So it's effort. But I always come home. I really do, and I sneak in and out. Like, obviously, I come back sometimes and I'll do interviews, but
Yeah.
a lot of the time I'll just come back and be like, not really tell anyone and just hang at home. But yeah, maybe.
I love that.
Maybe
Well,
in the future, you never know.
Keep an eye out on the Bustleton jetty.
Yeah.
Or
Oh,
foreshore.
yes,
If
very
you think
good
you saw
point.
Sammy Jade, you might have.
Yes, oh my God. Actually, I went and saw Burn the Floor last night, because Burn the Floor is on, and it was in Mandurah the other day.
Yeah, right.
And so amazing. So many people from the show that I was just on are in it,
Yeah.
including my dance partner on the show, Gustavo. And he was like, I was in Mandurah. He goes, I've never been recognised so much in my life. He's like, it was so cool. So yeah, I mean, I go there all the time usually. I would have been there if I hadn't flown in yesterday, but I love being in WA. I love being home. I was actually just texting Pat saying that. I was like, I love being home. I need to spend more time here.
Oh,
Will we
that's
see a
so
tour here
lovely.
at any point?
Well, that's the thing is, like, growing up in Perth, right? Everyone would go on tour and Perth would always be left out, right?
Yeah,
There's
yeah,
always
every
like
time.
Sydney, Melbourne, Brisbane. Oh, no, Perth. Every single time.
Yes.
And so I really do try to always make Perth,
Yeah.
a priority for me. So
Mm-hmm.
yes, if I'm going to go on a tour, I'll definitely be home. We are going to put something together right now, maybe at Christmas time.
Oh, there you
very
go.
exciting.
Get it here first then.
Yes.
Well, look, we love having you home. We love having you in studio. And it's actually been so lovely to learn a little bit about your dad.
how
Oh,
good's that?
wow, there we go. Well, because actually on the show, when I did the show, my mum was a ballerina and she used to do
wow.
ballet. Yeah. And so they talked a lot about that. And my poor dad, I was like, Dad, I didn't give you any credit. You're the breakdancer. Come from a family of dancers here.
Well, look, here's the credit he deserves.
Yeah. Like, he's on a radio interview. He's on TikTok. This is huge.
That's right.
I love it. Well, thank you so much. And we are absolutely loving the new music. Samantha
you.
Jade's latest EP, Love Sick Volume 2. It is literally out today. Definitely get your ears around it. It is so wonderful. And thank you for bringing back pop music.
Oh, thank you. Thanks for having me, guys.
Allan and Carly, the podcast.